Hello. Said I'd do another vid. Even though a friend of mine offered to go with me on this, I'm on my way to go do something that I procrastinated to do for a long time because I've had a hell of a time of letting go. And I feel like if I wait longer, I'm not going to get it done. And yeah. Anybody who knows me knows that this is going to be the hardest thing that I've had to do. Probably one of, if not the hardest thing to do outside of trying to quit smoking. So just I was sitting there, just listening to everything, and listening to the radio and all that, and it's just reminded me of some things, and I realized I can't procrastinate anymore. Like, the longer I procrastinate, the longer this process takes. So anyways, I'll be back. When I get back on here, it will be where I'm going. And in a way, you guys are all with me while I do this. So I'll see you in a moment, alright? I'm back for a moment. But I hope you guys can see this. There's a rainbow. No, I'm still on my way to where I need to go. I'm just... see the rainbow. I'll be alright. It's just... this is part of the process of what I'm going through right now, so... let's see if we can catch it again, because I can still see it. I'm hoping you guys can. Well, I'm realizing I'm not alone. But I'm also realizing this is something I have to do, so I'll be back in a minute. We're a second in your time frame. So we're almost there. I have to pay to get in though. Yep, I have to pay to get in. There's the entrance. Sorry, guy. Wow. I guess I pay up here. Let me turn down the radio. I got here just in time, I think. Dues fee pay here. Okay, cool. I guess it's just a machine thing. Put this in part. And I guess set you here for the moment. Problems with being short. guess I can just park here. Guess I gotta do a couple things. Even if some people don't agree with it. I'll get to walk it through a little bit of memory lane too, I guess, in this. No, I'm having a hard time with this. I realize I'm not alone. Like, yeah, I've had some good. I had a nice reminder on the way here that I'm not alone in this. It's just, I know it's something I have to do for this healing process to really take hold. Because it's not just all the abuse that I'm trying to heal from, it's also learning to let go of certain people in my life that meant a lot to me. This is not going to be easy. I'm sorry. Got my brother. So I'll flip this around. Obviously, they've cut some trees around here, rather large ones. Hard to tell from camera view, but like this one over here, that's almost as tall as me. Yeah, this really is not going to be easy. No, this is probably where one of our favorite memories was formed here. It's Friar Park. And as you can tell, like, I'll zoom in a little bit. It's really not that deep. It's actually pretty shallow all the way across. You can walk across this. But there's spots that are like swimming holes. But his mom, his stepdad, his brother, and I, we came here as kids, taking the time to take some pictures, because I probably won't be here again after this. Because it just depends on the moving aspect of things and what happens after. Backing up so I can, yeah. Some of these trees we walked by when we were children. It's something to think about. How many hands and how many people walk past these. And not just ourselves. we'll get to where we were hanging out at, because I can see the rocks where we were at when we were kids. Pretty cool, huh? Oops. Took a double shot. I remember this tree when we were kids. All those burls. Throw my butt away. Oh, man. So these trees were much smaller then. His mom was sitting over here, and at the time this wasn't so washed out. Obviously we've had some floods, but I'm trying to get to the right spot so I can line up from the rocks. While his mom stood over here, we were over on that rock right there where that log is at. And I was climbing up onto the rock. Whoops, sorry. I was climbing up onto the rock. His stepdad was already in the water. His brother just jumped in, and as he's standing up on the rock, because we'd climb up on the backside, he's standing up on the rock, and as he's yelling to his mom across the river over to here, he's screaming, "Hey, Mom!" as he's belching, and it was actually unintentional. And started laughing so hard we ended up falling off the rock into the water. Over there, it's like I said, it's about 7 or 8 feet deep. I've had a moment to, on the way here to kind of collect my thoughts and all, so it's easier to a degree for me to process this. Let's see. Flip this around so it's easier to see where it's pointing. Sorry, I don't mean for the noise. I'm just trying to get it up. I'm getting stickers on my fingers. Sorry, I'm just trying to get it set in a spot where I can put you down. Can totally put you down. But I'm gonna wait a moment because I got this lady walking up on me, and yeah. Never really noticed the little cave thing right there. That's probably new from the years of washout and floods and all that. No, I'm just, like I said, I'm just waiting for this lady to move about so that I can spread his ashes. See the road going up above up there. But yeah, I used to jump off that rock right there. And you can see how the water depth difference for the most part, where it's real dark and then it turns fairly blue over there. It's more of a green from my point of view. But time to do the time, yeah. Just kind of set something up here, I guess, here on the ground. With some of these sticks. That. Sort of making a perch. Okay. Sorry. This is my brother, and I've held on to him for a long time. I've carried a lot of weight, and I've had to learn to forgive myself and not just forgive him. And it's not like he did anything to really hurt me. It's forgiving some of the choices he made during hard times when he really didn't have anybody to support him. And I just wish he had found God. And I think he did afterwards. You know, when we got to have time with him, I got to teach him a little bit of that faith. I know I'll get to see him again, and I know he's been watching my back. And I just feel like it's time to say goodbye and let him rest. where some of the bonding began. I would have liked to have taken that. I would have liked to have taken him out to John Day where like our friendship like began, but this is probably where like our best memories really began. Like this is where it like kind of solidified like we were family, in the sense that this was the first place that I went to with his family type thing, and I was a part of it. And as I said, that one moment is probably still one of the best memories that we had laughed about all the way there till the end. I'll be alright. This is something I've had to carry a long time, and it hurts, but I'm grateful for what he did for me in life as a brother and a friend. And I'm grateful for even everything that he's taught me. I just really do hope he's with his dad and his grandma and them people who really, really meant a lot to him, and really, even after they were gone, they were really the only people that were, it seemed like, that were in support for him other than myself. And while he was surrounded by a lot of enablers and a lot of people that just expected him to jump all the time or be this person that they wanted him to be, instead of him being able to be the person he wanted to be. We're too busy trying to make everybody into a reflection of ourselves instead of accepting and loving them for who they are. He was my brother. Like many people, he dealt with ADHD, and that's probably a big reason why him and I connected so well. From my Asperger's to that. He was my link to normal people, basically. That's why it's really hard for me to make friends, especially now, and why I shy away from people, because I really don't have anybody that does that push. He's like, no, dude, it's okay. You know, that type of thing. He always had my back. It was just time to say goodbye, and let the past be in the past and start moving forward from here on. I still have a lot of work to do on myself. I've got a lot of healing to do. I have defense mechanisms and coping mechanisms that I have to deal with still. Does it mean I'm full of all this hate and anger and all this stuff? No. I just hate the bad things that happens, and it's not just to myself, but it's also to good people. I don't want to see anything bad to happen to anybody. I just know I can't take on other people's guilt either and take it as if it's my own. I have to let people kind of live with the choices that they make. I can't, especially when they're not willing to accept what comes after when they make those, those bad choices. I can't be there to fix them unless they're willing to do the work themselves. I'm willing to help and support. I'll never stop loving someone. I just can't do the work for them, just like I can't expect other people to do the work for me in this healing process. I don't have the support system that a lot of people typically do. I mean, if you notice, I had one friend that wanted to come down because she's our sister. It's just I know that if I wait longer, I was not gonna do this. I'm still kind of processing this right at the moment. And so I'm kind of just trying to leave everything in God's hands and not carry the burden so much anymore and kind of let God take over. I've been running on a lot of blind and foolish faith, I guess you could say. And it's not that I don't believe or anything. I fully believe God's real. I know He's real. And there's things that have been going on, especially over the last few, couple weeks, that it's really telling me yes. Check this out. So it's just, this is just the healing process that I'm doing, and letting my, I guess you could say, letting my ghosts rest. I'm having to learn to let go, and it's not easy. I really had to mentally prepare myself on this. At the same time, it may seem stupid to other people, but having it rain when it did, and then having the rainbow show like it did, it was just, it was letting me know that my brother's there and he's okay with this. It was letting me know that I got a big guy up there watching over too, that I wasn't doing this alone. It's just, this is in essence my healing journey, not anybody else's really. I'm just grateful for everything, even though I've gone through a shit ton of hell. But I wouldn't have experienced the things that I have, the good, any of it, if it wasn't for these different people. And if it wasn't for them, they wouldn't help me to learn to try and do better. Or a reminder of what not to be. Anyways, I'm going to stop this here because I'm still processing this. And yeah, there's a lot of things I'm still processing and trying to wrap my brain around. But thanks for watching and kind of, in a way, being there with me while I did this. I held on to my brother for a long time because this has been really hard. And to try and let him go like this, because he was growing up, really the only person that I could turn to when it came to a lot of things. He was my brother, and I was his brother, and I was always there for him, just the same. So I mean, I gotta let these things off my shoulders. I've gotta let go of the guilt. And I've gotta forgive myself, because as I said in a previous video, we all have our free will. And I have to recognize that he used his free will even when he knew what the consequences were of him continuing those types of lifestyles or choices. Just like others, you knowingly keep making certain choices that you know is not going to have good outcomes for you. It's on you to make those choices and to become aware of it. And whether you can reflect and admit it out loud to other people or just to yourself, so long as you do it in the sense that it's like, I need to stop. This isn't okay, because I'm not just hurting other people for my pleasure or my fun or whatever the means is. I'm really hurting myself. I'm hurting anybody and everybody that means something to me, and not just, because, yeah, it's like, it's not like you're hurting the people who hate you or dislike you. To them, it's a great thing, and it's like, because there's something wrong with them. They don't have any compassion or anything like that. I don't want to see anything bad to happen to anybody. And when you're dealing with addictions and all that, families, a lot of it has to deal with the addiction, because they're not there in support to help the person in coping with whatever it is that led them to that addiction. And to leave them to do it completely alone with no support doesn't mean you have to do the work for them. It's about just making sure that they know that you're there with them to help them get through it, to get past it. But you're also not going to be there to enable that addiction. That sometimes you're going to step away and you're going to walk away until they can get it under control and what have you. I have to deal with that with my smoking. And it's something I've really been battling with. So again, anyways, I've rambled on longer than I wanted to. Thank you for watching, and thank you for being there with. God's real. Karma is real. May sound strange, but I love you guys. I'm in an emotional moment right now, and so yeah, I might as well just say it. Whether you hate me or not, I don't care. You can hate me.